believe that art is the only form of activity in which man, as man, shows himself to be a true individual and is capable of going beyond the animal state, because art is an outlet towards regions which are not ruled by time and space. To live is to believe. That's my belief.
Marcel Duchamp. Born in 28 July 1887, Blainville, Normandy, Parancis. French-American artist Marcel Duchamp was an innovator, working across mediums such as painting, sculpture, collage, short film, body art, and found objects. Known as pioneer and disruptor, Duchamp associates with several modern art movements, including Dadaism, Cubism, and Surrealism, and is credited with paving the way for pop, minimalist, and conceptual art. Let's talk about Marcel Duchamp's artwork. Nude Descending a Staircase, No. 2, 1912. The work is widely regarded as a modernist classic and has become one of the most famous of its time. Nude Descending a Staircase, No. 2, peels away the traditional beauty of the nude in art, its carnality, even its identifiable sex. Instead, the painting aims to expand our perception of the human body in motion, a topic of fascination for Duchamp around this time. Though the work exemplifies his extremely original engagement with Cubism, it also precipitated his break with the Cubists. When Duchamp presented it for exhibition in Paris in 1912, fellow Cubists on the hanging committee tried to exclude it. They may have objected to the idea of painting dynamic movement, or the unfamiliar subject of a nude on a flight of stairs, or the title written in block letters at the lower margin. When the work was finally presented at the Armory Show, which made the case for modern art to large audiences in New York in 1913, it met with a hostile public reaction and cemented Duchamp's reputation as an artistic provocateur. Estant Dans, 1966. In 1923, Duchamp publicly abandoned the arts, saying he would spend his life playing chess. He is very good at chess and participated in several French chess tournament teams. More or less secretly, however, he continued to work from 1923 to 1946 under the name of Rose Celebi. He also continues to produce ready-made. Estant Dans is Duchamp's last work. He made it in secret and wanted it to be shown only after his death. The work consists of a set of wooden doors in a brick frame. Inside the door there are two peepholes, through which the viewer can see a very disturbing sight of a naked woman lying on a twig bed and holding a lit gas lamp. LHOOQ, 1919. In LHOOQ the found Objet Trouvé, is a cheap postcard reproduction of Leonardo da Vinci's early 16th century painting Mona Lisa, onto which Duchamp drew a mustache and beard in pencil and appended the title. The name of the piece, LHOQ, is a pun. The letters pronounced in French sound like Elle Chado Cul, she is hot in the arse, or she has a hot ass. Avoir Chado Cul is a vulgar expression implying that a woman has sexual restlessness. In a late interview, Schwartz 203, Duchamp gives a loose translation of LHOQ as "there is fire down below." Are you weirded out by his artwork? Let me explain. Dada is one of the art genres, but Dada is not art. It is anti-art. Wrong, right? The chest was the first conceptual art movement in which the artist's focus was not on the aesthetics of pleasing objects but on creating works that often confused the feelings of the bourgeoisie and which raised difficult questions about society, the role of the artist, and the purpose of art. The Dada artists rejected the logic, reason, and aesthetics of modern capitalist society, instead expressing absurd, irrational and anti-bourgeois protests in their works. Then comes Dada, where artists begin to make works that are very absurd and make us question again, is this what art is called? For example, The Fountain in 1917 by Marcel Duchamp. The Toilet Bowl is a work of art by Marcel Duchamp entitled The Fountain in 1917. Marcel Duchamp only takes objects that already exist, ready-made objects. He did not make the toilet and only bought it in the market and wrote Art. 1917 on it. Weird, right? Does it qualify as a work of art if it is not the result of the artist himself? However, when he placed the toilet to be displayed in the exhibition of paintings, it sparked controversy so much that the work was hidden from view in the exhibition. The fountain is a provocative work. There are many interpretations that have been made to the work. The philosopher Stephen Hicks argues that by choosing a toilet as a subject, Marcel Duchamp's message is very clear, which is that art is something you pee on. Some also argue that this work wants to show the fruits of civilization, such as latrines that were already used but destroyed due to war. LHOOQ, 1919. Dada is also an art school that makes fun of something, or in English, makes a joke of something. Marcel Duchamp once again produced a provocative work entitled LHOOQ in 1919. This work is a classic example of Dada's rather barbaric attitude towards orthodox art. He changed the cheap postcard that had a painting of the Mona Lisa, 1517. Duchamp had painted a mustache and beard on Mona Lisa's face and labeled her as LHOOQ. If the words LHOOQ are pronounced, as the French call it, Elle a chaud au cul, when translated, it means she has a hot ass. Duchamp manages to offend everyone and also raises questions that challenge artistic values, artistic creativity, and the canon as a whole.